Hello.
Finally, back from, vacation. Sorry for being gone, but I was forced to go. I know I said I would make a lot of videos this summer, but sadly it didn't really happen. I'm really sorry about that, but I can do a lot against it. Oh, I actually could, but you'll find out later on. Wait, no, you know why. Because sometimes I'm just too lazy. So my nose is a bit stuffed with, snot. I'm sorry, yeah. This video might be a bit long because because you have to listen to my vacation and my opinion on this vacation and how it went and all that stuff. So yeah, this wasn't really a vacation. It was more a school trip with older people, like grown-up people. I went with my family and cousins. There weren't a lot of people on this tour because it was a Buddhism tour, like with Buddhism people. Yeah. If it makes sense, of course, like people that were all Buddhists. So yeah, it was a tour of the community of Denmark, the Buddhism community in Denmark. So they wanted to go on a trip to France, and sadly my parents forced me to go too. But before I talk about the vacation itself, how it went and all that, I have to mention everyone, not everyone, but the most important on the vacation. There was me, of course, both my sisters, my parents, of course, and my three cousins, 2 boys and 1 girl. They are about 2 to 8 years old, and of course their mom. The 2 girls with their mom, like a random family with 2 daughters. The father was not with them. They were children too. The bus chauffeur, I don't know how to pronounce it, and his son, and his assistants, of course. A 12-year-old boy, douchebag, whatever you want to call him, with his little brother and big sister. That's kind of it. The most important people, I just mentioned them. I might mention a random lady later on, because there were a lot of old people. Not really old, but yeah, okay, there was actually. Yeah, let's begin with the story, I think. There were actually a lot of people. We drove in a big bus, and it was like almost filled up. So yeah, let's start the story. I went off Wednesday last weekend, and we drove to France on a bus. We didn't go to France immediately. We went to Belgium first to sleep at a temple for 2 days. The bus tour to Belgium was kind of annoying. I sat next to my 5-year-old cousin, and behind us sat 2 girls. The one was 8 years old and had birthday like the Friday. No, it was the first. I don't care. It doesn't really matter. She was actually 9 years old, so she's 9 years old now, to say that. And her sister, who's 10. They were pretty annoying, loudy and kind of spoiled. I didn't like them at the start, but later on, when I was forced to like look out for them because that was what I was supposed to do this whole tour. I find them okay. Not the best, but yeah. They always made fun of people. I didn't like it. Wait, what? They always made fun of people. I can't really explain how they did it, but it was annoying me and some others. The rest of the driving tour to Belgium was fine. I slept okay, but didn't really sleep well. So yeah, I was a bit tired the next day. It was also a bit cold on the bus, but that doesn't matter. At Belgium in the temple, we couldn't eat meat, and that of course makes sense. But I really need meat. I love eating meat because it tastes good. I'm not a vegetarian like they are, but still, I ate the food. Some of it was okay. Okay, the chicken soup. That's the only thing that was okay. Chicken soup without chicken, huh? Anyway, yeah. I didn't like the food that much. Sadly, I had to eat it. I slept very bad at the temple, in the temple. Couldn't sleep on. I had to sleep on dirty things. There weren't mattresses. We slept on some thing, and I don't know, it was dirty and I didn't like it. So yeah, and we were supposed to wake up people woke up 5 o'clock in the morning. That was annoying because, well, they were loud. They didn't care about other people sleeping. Just like, yeah, it's alright, something. And I had to wake up at 6 in the morning. So yeah, wake up 6 in the morning on a vacation, on every day on a what's called trip vacation, you know, on summer vacation. No, please, no. That was annoying. By the time I got to know the two girls better, because I had to babysit them. I had to babysit my 2 cousins and the 2 girls the whole vacation. That was basically what I did the whole vacation, just babysitting all of those kids. What a trip, hey. My cousins did like the 2 girls because they played with them. They're about the same age. Yeah. But when they played, they yelled and laughed really loud in the temple. Really, and just everywhere. They're just the most loud kids in the... I tried to stop them, but of course they didn't stop it. They didn't listen to me. And now and then the monk had to stop them, like, shh, be quiet, children. After 2 very bad nights in the temple, we finally went to France. And on the way we had to stop at Netherlands. And there I met MC, or I wanted to. He didn't open the door for me because, for some reason. Maybe because I didn't have my cousins and the 2 girls with me. P.S. No one understood that joke, sadly. Hey MC. In France, we slept in a hotel. That hotel was actually pretty decent, but we still had to wake up 6 in the morning. In France, we had to visit stuff like, you know, the Eiffel Tower and the what's called Triumph Arc, and that was boring because we didn't really visit the Eiffel Tower and Triumph Arc. It's more like this: you have 30 minutes at this castle, house, something. I don't know where we were. You have 30 minutes here, and in 30 minutes you have to get back to the bus. We had certain times to stay at a place. We couldn't like stay whenever, go whenever we want to, and all that. We weren't free at that tour. It was like all, you have to do that and that, exact that time, etc. That's not a vacation I wanted to go. And after like the place, the castle, we did sit on castles, but after the castle we had to go to another castle, etc, etc. And it's the same every day. We see a castle or a temple in 30 hours or 1 hour. After that we go to another temple or castle and see that for 1 hour, 2 hours, I don't know. I didn't find that amusing, nor did my cousins. We didn't have any time to even look at things. We mostly saw some random castles, as I said before. At every castle, not to be racist, but I saw some other skin color people selling items. No racism. They were mostly just other skin. I saw no, you know, white people. Sorry, I'm not racist. It's just it's difficult to explain. They also did the same items again and again. But the sad part was that the bus chauffeur's assistant was a racist. He didn't like them. He didn't respect anyone but himself and Asian people. Of course, we're all Asian, by the way. You should have known that by now. He told us to ignore them. That's kind of acceptable, but the way he did it, if they asked him to buy something in his face, like he's still just in front of him, he just ignored him, like he doesn't exist. He's just air, nothing else. The assistants had no idea how to act, how to be nice, and he couldn't just say no, thank you. It's just like, he's nothing but nothing. I'm more important than him. That's kind of, yeah, that's it. If someone else talked to salesmen, or others can call it people salesmen, the assistant yelled at them pretty loud. Yeah, that's just, we can easily say no thanks, and if you want to buy the items, just let us buy the items. Like, they didn't sell bad stuff, they weren't scamming us, so it's just normal. It's a bit expensive though sometimes, but my cousins did buy a souvenir from him, the Eiffel Tower thingy. I got one of those because 6 of those were €1. Yes, please. But yeah, but the assistants wasn't happy about that, but who cares? But okay, wait, let's do a mid rant. We were all Asian except for the chauffeur and his son. Sorry. No one else was racist except for the assistants. Luckily, no one else. The biggest problem was that we were tourists, and I think you all know how tourists are and how they act. They are annoying, loudy, and doesn't care much about other people. Like, they only care about themselves. They just annoy the citizens and don't really care. Oh, I'm loudy. Maybe they find that annoying. Nah, I don't care. I'm going to be loudy. In the middle of the city. Like, just because they live in another country doesn't mean they can be loudy and like yell at everyone and walk into people and don't even say sorry. I don't know. They just don't know how to act. They think just because they can't. They think just because the citizen in that city doesn't understand them, it's okay to yell really loud. I tried to tell them to be a bit more quiet, but they answered that it didn't matter because they couldn't understand them anyway. Oh my. Everyone was like that. They walked into people and all that stuff, didn't care. Like, they had no idea how to act outside. Ugh. Anyway, back to my trip. We did go to Eiffel Tower, but didn't go up to the Eiffel Tower's top. That's really the most famous thing in France, and we didn't go up to the Eiffel Tower. That's so damn stupid. Like, this trip was very bad arranged. We actually could go up, but we just didn't have the time. They gave us 2 hours to the Eiffel Tower. That sounds enough, like 2 hours. You can easily get up the Eiffel Tower and all that, but it wasn't. We used the first hour to arrange the plan, like where do we have to go and blah blah blah, all that. And then we had to wait 30 minutes in line. So it was about 30 minutes, I promise you. We finally could buy the tickets for the tour. It's on my nose. We finally could buy tickets, but we went on the wrong line. This line was the line for stairs up to the Eiffel Tower, and no one wanted to go to the stairs except for me. So I bought a ticket for the stairs, and yeah, I walked all the way up. I was supposed to wait for them up in the Eiffel Tower's second floor, because I had to babysit one of the 2 girls. She wanted to go on the top of the Eiffel Tower, while the rest stayed at the second floor. I sat at the second floor, waiting for them, waiting and waiting. And then we almost didn't have any time left, and I had to go down again. They didn't come, I just walked down because we were supposed to be at the bus within 2 hours. I sat, I don't know, walked down, they all got mad at me for being late. They said, it would be in 2 hours, blah blah blah, but couldn't anyone tell me that they weren't coming up, maybe? I had no idea where they were. I thought they would meet me at the second floor. The assistants of course blamed me because he had no idea what happened. You don't know what happened either. By the way, no more gameplay. I'll find some random gameplay. So yeah, it's not really my fault in my opinion, but sorry, that's just how it is. We didn't see the Triumph Arc, so this tour was a waste. The Triumph Arc, we didn't even see that. Really? On the last day we had some free time, till 12 o'clock in the morning. Yay. Sorry, microphone. 12 o'clock in the morning, so yeah, we woke up about 9 o'clock and had 3 hours. So yeah, nothing really. Then we had to leave the hotel, and then we stayed at the hotel lobby until 4 o'clock. Yeah, that's kind of boring, just staying in the lobby. It's a small lobby, so yeah. We're just waiting for the bus to drive us home. When we drove home, my cousins and the 2 girls wanted to play on iPads, tablets, and what weird handheld consoles. My little sister had a Nintendo 3DS and a tablet, so yeah, they want to play on that and that. Hey, yeah, it was like, can I play now? Can I play now, please? Can I play? Can I play the thingy? They all ask me, can I play now? Etc. etc. Annoying. I had to babysit them again, of course, because that was my whole trip, babysitting children. Because I was one of the oldest children, so yeah. They also wanted my candy. My candy, not my candy. But yeah, I gave them some candy, of course, because I know how to babysit children. Yeah. I didn't really hate those two girls. Maybe a bit, but a bit annoying, but not as much. After some hours driving, I'm home. Like, we drove for a few hours with less stops. Today, now here I am in my house. Today, writing a very long script, like probably one of the longest I've ever wrote. And I have to tell you, I hate vacations. Not because of this, but I always hate vacations. Like, I even said before, I didn't want to go, but I, of course, had to. Vacation never been fun to me ever in my whole life, because last time I was to France, something bad happened. I cannot talk about it, but yeah, it's just a drag for me. No one likes it. Well, I don't like it. Just my opinion. Sorry, like, this is, of course, my opinion on vacations. I don't like them. You might like them, and it's okay. And now I'm thinking about it, like, you know, I'm talking about a lot of my private life, but I don't really take this as my private life. Yes, it is, but no, it isn't anyway, because I don't really care. I'll tell you about my vacation. I don't spoil anything about my private life that much. Like, you might think I talk too much about my life, but for me, it's just, I want to share my experience and stuff. Yeah. Okay, anyway, I have to stop this video. It's pretty long. I hope I haven't forgot anything about vacation. But, oh well, I'm going to say, long video goodbye.